Welcome, children. Today we are going to learn chapter 3. Chapter 3, classification of business activities. So we already saw the introduction, industries, and classifying the kinds of industry. That mean on the basis of activities, on the basis of size. On the basis of activities, we learned on the primary, secondary, tertiary, and primary extraction industry, genetic industry, and secondary industry, manufacturing industry, and construction industry. In manufacturing industry, we saw the analytical industry, synthetical industry, processing industry. So these are all the things we learned in last video. So this video we are going to see on the basis of size: micro, small, medium, and large. So what is large scale business? Large scale business, size of businesses, large scale business. So large scale industries which require huge infrastructure and manpower with an inflow of capital asset are large scale industries. Large scale industry usually produce capital and basic goods. So that is called a large scale industry. So large scale industry need a huge amount of capital. So some example of large scale industries: iron and steel industry, textile industry, automobile manufacturing industry, telecom industry. So these are all some important industries in a large scale. So next one is medium scale industry. Medium scale business need more than 5 crores, but it not exceed 10 crores. So if you are doing any business within of 10 crore, that comes under the medium enterprises. Compared to large scale they need a huge amount of capital, more than 25 crores. So if you are doing any business, that come under the large scale business. So medium scale business, minimum they need not exceeding 5 crore. So with 2 crore to 5 crore, if you are doing any business, it comes under the medium scale business. Small scale business, they need 10 lakh to 2 crore. Within, if you are doing any business, it comes under the small scale industries. So then they are given some example: manufacturing sector and service sector. So if micro enterprises, they need 25 lakhs. That does not exceed 25 lakhs. The limit of investment plan and machinery, they need 25 lakhs. Then they can start the manufacturing sector. If they want to start a service sector, then does not exceed 10 lakh. So within a 10 lakh, they can start the service sector. Small scale enterprises more than 25 lakhs but not exceeding 5 crore. Service sector more than 10 lakh but not exceeding 2 crore. Medium enterprises more than 2 crore but not exceeding 10 crore. So 5 crore to 10 crore, they are doing the business in manufacturing sector. If it is a service sector, they need a 2 crore to not exceeding 5 crore. So this is a limit of investment plan and machinery for manufacturing sector and service sector. So according to Evelyn Thomas, commercial operation dealing with buying and selling of goods, the exchange of commodities, and the contribution of finished product. This means the business operation dealing with buying and selling of goods, exchange of goods and contribution of finished goods. So business operation, commercial operation is business operation. It dealing with the buying and selling of goods. Not only buying and selling of goods, even the exchange the commodities, and the contribution of finished product. So contribution of finished products means contribution of finished goods means handout of finished goods to the customer. So commercial operation, that means business operation. Commercial operation, it deal with commerce is related to buying and selling of goods, exchange and commodities, and contribution of finished products. What is the contribution of finished product? So hand out the finished product to the customer. So this is given by Evelyn Thomas. Then actually commerce include not only trade but also service such as transport, packaging, insurance, banking, and sales promotion, which are include are auxiliaries to trade. In addition to trade, commerce include other activities. Other activities. Commerce include other activities that facilitate the smooth and uninterrupted flow of goods and service from the producer to the consumer. So these activities, these auxiliaries of trade, the trade, transport, warehousing, packaging, insurance, banking, and sales promotion. These are all called aids to trade or auxiliaries of trade. Auxiliaries to trade. So these activities that facilitate the smooth and uninterrupted flow of goods from the goods and service from the place of production to consumption. So what are the aids of trade? First one is trade. Trade is a basic economic concept involving the buying and selling of goods and service with the compensation paid by the buyer to a seller, or the exchange of goods or service between two parties. That means buyer and seller. So it help in making the goods produced available to the ultimate customer to our user. So trading means buying and selling of goods. So trade defined as the general marketplace of buying and selling of goods, the way you make a living or act of exchange or buying and selling something. For example of trade is when you work in sale. An example of trade is the act of exchanging one item for another or one item for money is called a trade. That means buying and selling is called a trade. So one who buy and sell is a trader. So we called a buyer and seller, we called as a trader. So one who buy and sell is a trader. So trader is a middleman between the producer and the consumer. So trader means buying, those who are buyer and seller. For example, here trader is a middleman between the producer and the consumer. Trader may be classified into two: internal, external, wholesaler, retailer. So here trade means buying and selling of goods from the producer to customer. So buyer and seller is a trader. Buyer and seller is called a traders. So the trader is a middleman between the producer and customer, because someone need to link between the producer and customer. So this person is called an internal trader and external trader, wholesaler and retailer. So next one is transportation. So transportation, it facilitates speedy transfer of goods from the place where they are produced to place where they are greater demand. So goods were transferred from place of production to place of consumption. So transportation helps the producer to overcome the hindrance posed by the distance, because I already told you, a producer are producing place in somewhere, but it demand is throughout the world. Transportation help a producer to overcome the hindrance posed by distance. So this distance is removed by the transport. So it's create a place utility. Producer get a good price for their production in the market. Where is storage? So transportation like land transportation, air transportation, water transportation. See, these are all the transportation using for transferring the goods from the place of production to place of consumption. So hence the goods to be sent to the different place where they are demanded. So that is called a transportation. So we use a medium for moving a men and material from one place to another place is called a transport. So another one is banking. Banking is one of the important aid of commerce. Bank offer credit facility to needed producer and a reasonable rate. They discount the bill of buyer and seller and facilitate easy and safe quick transfer of money between market players. They also make arrangement for payment in foreign currency when required. The volume of trade in the country thus get a big boost when there is an efficient banking system in place. Nowadays, we cannot think of business without bank. So bank finance is a lifeblood of the organization. So then all the organization, they need a fund in time. So there is a time gap between the production and consumption. So after producing the goods, these goods are sent to the customer place. After all the customers are purchasing your goods, only you can earn some profit. So after earning a profit, if you are if you are starting a production, is very tough. So in between gap, the production and consumption, between these gap, we need a fund to carry our business. Without a fund, we can't run our business. So in the organization get a fund from the banks. So bank offer credit facility to needed producer at a reasonable rate. So reasonable rate, the banker offer credit facility. That means they are given loan, grant loan and credit facility to the needed producers. So yeah, not only like that, they discount the bill of buyer and seller also. Easy and safe, quick transfer of money between the marketplace. So the volume of trade in the country thus get a big boost when there is a efficient banking system is built. Because of business, without any disturbance, the organizations are doing their business because they are getting the fund in time. So if you are not getting the fund in time, the production will affect. If the production will affect, it will affect the goods and service. So if production will affect, it will affect the national income also. So bank help smooth running of the business. Bank provide a credit facility to running the business. So bank provider offer a credit facility to needed producer for reasonable rate of interest. So this is a banking. The next one is insurance. So insurance business always have a many risks. High risk, high return is the theory of a business. Anything happen at anything, any time in business world. So business is uncertainty. Anything happen at any time. So business is full of risk. Factory building, machinery, equipment, furniture, crucial data, information, etc. So need to protect against fire, theft, natural calamities, and many more threats. Material and goods in transit in stock may need to protect against the risk of loss or damage. So even employees may require the protection against the risk of accident and occupational hazards of various kinds. So insurance, various kinds of risk is there. For example, factory building, machinery, equipment, furniture. So some data need to protect against the fire and theft. Even natural calamities. Likewise, materials and goods in transit or stock may need to protect against the risk of loss or damage. Even employees also require protection against the risk of accident and occupational hazards of different various kinds. So, insurance company offer financial protection in all such cases. On payment of the nominal premium, the amount of loss or damage and compensation of injury, if any, can be recovered from the insurance agency. So, insurance agency help to remove these hindrance of risk. So, so on the payment of nominal premium, the premiums are paid to the organization, to the insurance company. So the amount of loss or damage and compensation of injury, if any, that can be removed from the insurance agency. So insurance agency will compensate your damages or any losses or any injuries that will compensate by the insurance company, because you are paying some insurance premium, through that they are compensate your risk. So this is an insurance company. So business always have a many risk. Uncertainty is also there. So an insurance company will help the organization to avoid these kinds of risk. So they help to overcome this risk. The insurance company help to overcome this risk of fire, theft, accident, other things. Then warehousing. Warehousing is the place goods are stored. So warehouse is a building for storing goods. Warehouse are used by manufacturer, importer, exporter. So many persons are using the warehouse. So Usually, goods are not sold or consumed immediately after production. It took a time. For I already told you, consumers are purchase their product when they have a money, when they have a time, when they have demand. So until the producer are waiting to sold, getting a demand and getting a better price. So in between these gap, the producer need a place to store their goods. They are held in stock to make them available as and when required. So we need a special place for storing the goods. That place is called a warehouse. So special arrangement must be made for storage of goods to prevent loss or damage. So we need a place. So that place, that special arrangement must be made for storage of goods to prevent loss and damage. Sometimes you produce perishable goods, so you need a cold storage. So for that, special arrangement is needed for prevent the loss or damage from the goods. So warehousing help the business firm to overcome the problem of storage and facility the availability of goods when needed. So prices are thereby maintained at a reasonable level through the continuous supply of goods. So after storing the warehouse, whenever we need a product, we have to get the product from the warehouse. So we can maintain the price level also. So safely we have to save our goods in the warehouse. Next, comparison between industry and trade and commerce. So meaning extraction, reproduction, conversion, processing and construction of useful product. So industry means extract from the earth. After extract the product raw material from the earth, reproduction, that means genetic. I already told you, genetic industry and extracting industry is there. So after getting these raw material from the extraction industry and reproduction industry, these are converted into finished goods. That means processing and construction of useful goods. We converted the raw material into useful goods is called a industry. Commerce activities involving distribution of goods and service. It involving distribution of goods and service. Trade, purchase and sale of goods. Trade, purchase and sale of goods. Trade simply means buying and selling of goods and service in return for money, or money what is called a trade. Commerce is concerned with facilitating the exchange of goods and service in economy. So scope, it consists of all activities involving conversion of material and semi-finished product into finished goods. So it consists raw material are converted into finished goods. Here comprise the trade auxiliaries to trade. Auxiliaries to trade means commerce include all those activities relating to buying and selling. That activities is called auxiliaries of trade. So comprise exchange of goods and service. That means exchange of goods and service means exchange the goods from the buyer to seller to buyer. So that is called a trade. So trade, exchange of goods, that means exchange of goods seller to buyer. So capital, generally large amount of capital is need to start an industry. Need for capital is comparatively less. Even compared to industry, commerce is need a less capital. Trade, small capital is needed to maintain stock and to grant credit. So then risk involved is usually high risk in industry, relatively less risk in commerce and trade. Trade and commerce both they have a very less risk. Side, it represents supply side of goods and service. It represents demand side of goods and service. So based on the demand of goods and service, it represents both supply and demand. Not only demand, even supply. So utility creation, it creates from utility by changing the form of shape of material. So raw material are converted into useful finished goods. For example, in extractive industry, golds or raw golds are taken in extractive industry. After that, these will make gold bar. After making this gold bar into jewels, so they are creating a shape. They're giving a shape of material. So they create a form of utility by changing the form of shapes of material. It create a place utility by moving goods from the producer to consumer. So it create a place utility. So a place utility, person utility. So it create a place utility to moving goods from the place of from the producer to consumer. So need commerce needs someone to link between the producer and customer. So trade create a possession of utility. Possession of utility means buying and selling. After selling your product, you are transfer your possession to one person to another person. For example, wholesaler buying goods from the producer. So producer give after purchasing goods from the producer, he get a possession. So possessions are transferred from producer to wholesaler. After he taking the possession, he transfer this to retailer. So the possession transfer to retailer. He getting money. So after the right of goods transfer to retailer. So the possession exchange to another person. So it create a possession utility through the exchange. So these are all the trade, commerce and industry. So we finished our unit 3. If you have any doubts in unit chapter 3, ask me children. So in this lesson so we learn the kinds of industries, basis of secondary, primary, tertiary. So primary industry, genetic industry, so extractive industry. So primary industry, this is a primary industry. So extractive industries, extract, mine oil, gas from the earth. Genetic industry, reproduction of goods, piggery, so poultry. So secondary industry. Then manufacturing industry, analytical industry, synthetic industry, processing industry, assembling industry, construction industry. Then tertiary industry or service industry. Then classification of tertiary also we saw. Personalized service, public service, distribution of service, financial service, quaternary service, binary service. On the basis of size, large scale industry, medium scale industry, small scale. So commerce activities, trade, transportation, banking, insurance, warehousing, these are all the things we learn. Then comparison of commerce, trade and industry. So these are all the things we learn in chapter 3. So if you have any doubt, ask me children. Thank you.